I can rejoin and change my name.
I think so.
You can just change it. All right.
Oh, we're live now.
Make sure this is going live. Boom. Channel. Live now. Let's see. Is it actually on YouTube?
Channel.
It is.
How's everyone doing?
Everyone. We're officially streaming live. Episode 1. Burtoni Motors and Friends. So, how do we just want to start this? I feel like maybe we go around and everyone says what they do. We have one person watching, and it's probably my mom.
Hi, Joey's mom.
Hi. Let's see. No one has responded. One watching. Hooray, YouTube as of now. So, hi, everyone. You guys obviously know who I am. What I try to do is be a YouTuber. What I actually do is a director of advertising, director of strategy, specifically digital for FCA brands in Detroit, Michigan.
You're up, Lauren.
Hey, guys. Lauren Golden. Some of you guys might follow me on Instagram under Detroit Scrambler or Mr. Lauren Golden. My 9 to 5 is I'm a digital sculptor at a little company called Rivian. I guess not so little anymore.
What's Rivian?
It's an electric car company.
Okay.
We launched 2 years ago at the LA Auto Show, but production starts end of this year. So exciting time.
Hello, everybody. My name's Ian. I work for a small boutique off-road truck company called Mil-Spec Automotive, and love bikes and cars.
What's up? Kunal, how are you, bud? Is your audio on? Oh, audio issues.
Ian, what do you guys build over there at Mil-Spec?
Good question, Lauren. No, we build Hummer H1s and Ford F-150s.
That's rad.
I heard that Ford F-150 had a huge announcement a few weeks ago. Basically took the world by storm. You were in everything from fucking Vice to Complex to what else?
It went everywhere.
Car and Driver, Jalopnik, Autoblog.
Yeah, it went everywhere. It was very surprising considering like everything that's going on in the world right now. The launch was fantastic.
I think
it was all over the internet.
People really want to see $100,000 trucks that look like they're fucking badass and ready for the apocalypse.
It's kind of the perfect product for the time right now.
Yeah, very fitting.
And Joey's photos were fantastic, and they've had some legs all over the internet. So thank you, sir.
I do what I can. Kunal, figured it out?
Yep, I'm here. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Yo, what time is it there?
It's 5:30 in the morning.
Oh my god.
Good morning, Kunal.
You just finished a class?
Yep, just finished the class.
Fuck. That sounds terrible.
No, it wasn't that bad.
No?
No, it wasn't that bad.
So I don't know if you've heard what we're doing. So we're just basically saying what we do before we jump into like questions and fun stuff.
Sure. I am an automotive photographer and a filmmaker.
So a lot of people have seen your photos in the last week and a half. If you want to give a little background on that.
Half the world, probably.
Literally half the world.
But yeah, because of the lockdown, I missed the opportunity to go to Italy to do a shoot with Lamborghini. Mm-hmm. So I decided to put a scale model on a treadmill and take some shots as if it was an actual Lamborghini driving around on a wet track. So I emulated the rain with spritzing some water on the track and on the car as well, and lit it up as if it was. The aim was to make it look like a real Lamborghini, and I think people kind of got fooled.
That's
I definitely think people got fooled. Those photos are just stunning.
Yeah.
Thank you.
New individual joining, Mr. Burke.
What's up, everybody? How's it going?
Let's talk
Good.
about
How are you?
Raj. You're definitely outshowing all of us right now.
Well,
With the flex.
Yeah. Talk to me about that Miata, bro.
yeah. So
There's 2 Miata owners on this call.
the Miata out right here. That's my turboed Miata I've been working on for a bit. But I've actually set up my garage as my work from home station as of today. So I spent all of today out there. I'm using my my toolbox back here as my standing desk. And actually, that's the picture that you took of the one of Aura GT.
Really?
As my desktop background on one of the screens back there. You can barely see it, but
Yeah.
yeah. So I love working on my cars. I work for Lotus Cars USA. I've got an Evora over here. I'm the Northern Regional Sales Manager for the company, so I oversee all the dealers from Minneapolis to New York City. And I've got 16 dealers that I oversee right now. We're trying to sell some of these cars. This is one of our press cars that's going to be going out shortly. The last one that I had went to Larry Chen. Magnus Walker had it for a bit. This one's going to go out to, what's it called? I forget the magazine name, but it's actually local. So the guy's only a couple miles from me and is going to pick it up this week.
Very
But, yeah, so I work on my cars out here, and I work on the car business from out here now. So
So it seems like you're a car guy.
a little bit, yeah. Usually there's a 400 wheel horsepower Audi parked where the Lotus is, but that's at the office while I have the Lotus. So
Can we talk about that, because it's wonderful because it's a wagon for one thing,
yeah,
but it also has, what else have you done to it?
everything. So bigger turbos, built transmission, full fueling upgrades, exhaust, coilovers. That's got Porsche Cayenne brakes. I'm at the point with that car where I'm doing things for the second time now. I've had it for 6 years. It's time to sell it. But the Miata's the new fun car, and a Lotus whenever I get one. So cheers to everybody.
Sweet.
Yeah. The wagon gets down.
Have you seen it? I've never seen it in action. I've only seen like videos of it.
That thing rips.
I've seen it a few times. You see me rip around in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a fun 6-speed wagon. There's I think only around a 1,800 were brought to the U.S.
Those things are pretty rare.
Yeah, it's the Audi RS4 that we didn't get here in the States. I've pretty much done all that stuff.
Was that your goal when you like set out when you bought it? Like reproduce the RS4?
Pretty much. I knew I wanted to build that engine and that car because I really liked it, and I always wanted a wagon. I had a big turbo A4 at the time when I got it, and I've always loved Audi. So having a 6-speed wagon that makes 500 crank horsepower was kind of like the goal. But then I blew a turbo in a month of ownership. So I had to build it a lot sooner than I expected. But yeah.
Very cool.
I think old Audis definitely used to like put out a lot of power. Because I used to own a 91 Audi 200 Quattro, the 2.3 liter 5-cylinder turbocharged.
Yeah.
And that thing was beating Subaru STIs in off the line and stuff. So I mean, I know I had fun time with that. Like one of my buddies was riding his R6, and he was probably at 140, and I passed him with that Audi at 145. I remember that.
Damn. Yeah,
That's awesome.
I love the old Audis. My Audi is 20 years old. This car is 30 years old. So most of my cars are old. I've got a new Volvo too, but the old stuff is where the real character
Right.
is. Yeah.
I feel like your new Volvo has got some pretty good character to it.
Yeah, it's actually a midnight tint and vinyl getting the windshield retinted right now. So it's got the nice chocolate brown massage interior too. It's a nice car.
It's premium.
Yeah.
Which Volvo is it? Which model?
It's a 2020 S60.
Oh,
Very
nice.
nice.
It's sweet. Volvo, so as you guys may or may not know, Volvo is owned by the same company that owns my company.
Geely.
Geely, exactly. So
Yeah.
they did a great job with Volvo over the past, I think, 8 years that it's been. And I joined with Lotus in September, kind of seeing what was on the horizon. It was right before the Avaya was announced and launched. And yeah, I'm hoping we've got kind of the same expectations started for our company. And this being the end of the Avora, the new car that's coming is going to be really sweet. So I'm really excited
Sweet.
for this in the next few years.
I'm excited
Yeah.
to see that Evia at least on the roads.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have sat in it a few times. I've gotten to drive the rolling prototype, and it's sweet. In person, it makes such a big difference. And we had a whole East Coast tour planned with it to go to all my dealers, but unfortunately, with the health situation, that all got canceled. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
Kunal, how are things? Speaking of the whole virus stuff, what's it like over there in India?
Yeah.
I think right now is the time where it's blowing up. Like I think we've reached that phase 3 of the virus where the cases are increasing, even though the number of testing, like the testing, is remaining the same. But I mean, India is not really testing too many people. So right now we're on the third phase of the lockdown. So we went into lockdown on the 22nd of March, and then it was supposed to open on the 14th of April. It got extended, and then was supposed to open on the 3rd of May, and then it got extended again to the 17th of May right now.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Why aren't
Yeah.
they testing people? Is it just lack of test, or are they afraid of what numbers could potentially be?
I think it's a mixture of both. So lack of tests for sure. Other thing is also that people are also very conservative in the sense that if they feel that they have the symptoms, they're not coming forward and saying that they have the symptoms. They're just trying to do home remedies and treat themselves because they don't want to go to the hospital or don't want to deal with the doctors, or even be a part of that increasing number of cases that is going on.
Yeah.
So the worst hit places are Mumbai and when Trump came to visit in the state of Gujarat. So I think those two are the worst hit right now. Delhi is in the top 5 where I'm at. So so the whole country has been divided into like red, orange, and green zones. Um, Green zones pretty much don't have the lockdown, but they do have like social distancing that is supposed to be maintained. But in the orange and the red zones, the movement is like really restricted. In the red zone, there's pretty much like you have to stay indoors.
Okay. So kind of like what Italy was forced to do for the last few weeks before things started like getting better.
Yeah. So hopefully things do get better, but I mean, I don't really see it on the horizon anytime soon. I think it's going to be at least like another month or so till the red zones actually start showing a dropping in cases.
So like in the US, it was really difficult for like getting normal items. Like toilet paper became like this big running joke, but like people had issues getting it. Are you guys running into like supply chain issues over there as well?
There have been some supply chain issues on simple things like veggies and groceries, because most of the vendors are migrant laborers, so they immediately quit their jobs or like stopped working and wanted to go back home, so that they could be with their families. So that kind of caused some issue, but there are companies that are delivering. You can order online and then they deliver it to your place, but it's always like 4 to 5 days lag between when you order and when you actually get the delivery. So you got to pre-plan it for it.
Yeah. I think that's pretty similar to what it is here. I know like some grocery sites were like a week out at times. I know Whole Foods does now. They don't even deliver right now. but I'm pretty.
But I think the craziest thing was that in the first two stages of the lockdown, they shut down all the liquor stores, and they decided to open the liquor stores on the 4th of May, and there were like 3 kilometer long lines of people just waiting to buy liquor.
Well, yeah, people need their PBR.
And then when the cops were like, "Oh, you guys are not, maintaining social distancing and stuff," they started correcting people for not doing that. People kind of decided to rebel, and then riots broke out. So they had to shut the liquor stores down again.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Whoa.
So now they've decided that they want to reopen the liquor stores, but they're going to add a 70% cess on it.
That's nuts.
People
Yeah.
would freak out if they did that in the States.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too violent when they can't get drunk.
Well, yeah.
People get too. I mean, think of all the alcoholics that would have all kinds of alcohol.
Well, that's like a big joke that's going on in India right now, that the lockdown is pretty much turned into like an abstinence routine, a rehab routine for people where they can't get it, so they're just gonna be away from it.
As Joey slams his tall, like, Jolly Pumpkin beer over there.
It's so good.
Joey, did you
Sour raspberry beer.
like here
9%.
they have like senior citizens hours, kind of things for some grocery stores, so that people that are in more, I guess, likely to be like in compromised, health or whatever. Not saying that old people are going to get this and die, but we kind of have like a senior citizens can go to the grocery store from like 8 to whatever, and they get in there before everybody else is kind of allowed to go in there. And Joey, weren't you saying your mom went to go buy some booze like in early hours, and then they wouldn't sell?
Yeah, they like in certain states they have like hours that you're allowed to buy booze. So like you can't buy alcohol before 10 a.m. on the weekdays in Colorado for some reason. But because my mom is 62, she's allowed to shop at like 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. before they open the store. So they wouldn't let her buy wine, and she did a Karen and caused drama.
Basically, they've just kind of said that people who are older than particular age don't drink. So that's why they've given them the early morning slot.
But like,
They're the ones that can drink all day because
right, if you're retired, I'm pretty sure that's when you do get to just drink whenever.
Right.
Forward to in retirement.
I
Right.
mean, during the end of the world, I've been drinking every day, whatever time I want.
Oh,
I haven't been limited.
This is the lamest apocalypse ever. Okay.
Agreed.
I was ready. I was geared up. I was like, let's go. I mean,
I'm gonna
let's-
come out of it with more money than I went in with.
Well, there you go.
Well, yeah,
Positive.
because I'm not buying. Well, no, I am buying things, but
yeah.
buying less groceries.
Joey and I are spending more money. now.
Yeah. We're buying stuff.
Yeah, it was expensive a few weeks for our friend group. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
I bought a new bike.
Yeah. What'd you buy?
Scrambler. I got the Scrambler 1200.
Oh, hell yeah.
Nice.
Oh, sweet! I
Right
looked at one
now-
of those.
It's I'm getting the 500-mile service and some other accessories put on.
What are you putting on it?
So it's already got the aero pipe on it.
Ooh.
I was thinking about doing doing the cat delete also.
Well,
And
yeah.
as I'm doing it, it's like I took the baffles out. It's like, you know what? A cat delete would make this thing unreasonably loud.
Unreasonably
It would be
awesome.
like-
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
my
you
neighbors
said
would
that
hate
word there.
But the thing's been great. I love it. It's it is unlike anything I've ridden more than once.
What colorway did you get?
I got the white and green one. I got the X.
Oh,
Ooh,
it's so
sweet.
classic. I love that color.
That's awesome.
When I was in California last year, I rode the blue and black. It's like, this is the one that I would get if I got it. And as time goes on, it's like, it's just too dark.
Yeah.
But the thing is tall. It's tough, especially being 5'7".
Love to ride one of those. Those are so cool.
They sound so cool. That engine is just quirky as shit. It's wonderful.
You see, that's like probably what I wanted the desert sled to be.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I walked away from riding the desert sled and I was kind of underwhelmed, but I feel like if I got on one of those,
Yeah,
I
the
would be-
Scrambler 1200 is definitely what the desert sled should have been.
yeah,
But
desert
it's,
sled is a little weak in my opinion.
It's funny that you were looking at the blue and silver one or whatever, because I was looking at just the regular Scrambler 800 at like Christmas time. And then I actually started to look into them, and I ended up buying. I found an 18 that was still new. That was in like that. That's in that black and gold sort of John Players livery. And yeah, I love mine.
Ooh. That is like such a good livery. That just it's so fucking classic, and I feel like I'm
I
gonna add
just
that to my list.
ordered a little John Player special logo, like vinyl, to throw on the tail.
You should do that.
Yeah.
Figured myself.
but I'm happy with it. I'm glad I got it.
It's a cool bike, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm realizing I'm a sport bike person though.
Are you?
Yeah, the adventure bike stuff is a lot for me. I don't know. I like being able to. I like the feel of being super duper planted in the turns, like you would on a Daytona or a Panigale.
Yeah. And you
That's
came
really
from your Daytona.
Yeah.
It's like such a different riding position. And like, did you have any experience in like the dirt beforehand?
Only on the Triumph immersion trips. So the first time I had ever ridden off road was on a Scrambler 1200.
Oh, cool.
I remember there was a video floating around the internet of that press ride. What happened?
The Scrambler one.
Yeah.
Back when the Brighton dealership was open, their their champion fell on a cactus out in the middle of the desert. Like, that's the worst place you could have done that.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And she's like 5'4" or something, so she's on this 34-inch bike and can't touch the ground at all. And she's got full chaps, everything. Like she's a Harley rider, so full leather from head to toe. Cactuses will go through your boots and pants and jacket. Nothing stops a cactus.
Yeah.
So
Yikes.
don't fall on a cactus. Outside of that,
I'll make a note of that.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
when in doubt, don't fall on cactus.
Yeah, I'm gonna write that on my hand.
Yeah.
one of the guys that was there, he races motocross. I can't remember his name. There's some guy, he had recently recovered from a leg injury and goes out and starts showing off on the scramblers and hurts himself again. It was a really good experience for everyone except the cactus girl and the motocross race.
She has no name now.
She's Cactus Girl.
Yeah,
She's Cactus Girl forever.
but on that trip, I don't think anyone got seriously hurt.
That's
The
good.
Arizona trip was different though. Someone had to get helicoptered out.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
That's never good.
I think that was on the YouTuber ride though. I don't think that was any of the dealer people.
Because YouTubers don't know what they're doing ever.
Oh, I got there, more than half the bikes had been crashed. Oh yeah, every single one was missing, I don't know, a key fob or turn signals, a license plate. They were rough. They were not in good condition.
That's insane.
So is that typical of any press ride? Like, you guys just account for like 7 out of 10 bikes to get dropped?
Oh yeah, there's the semi truck that they take out. Joe, you went to the. Did anyone else go to the November Best of British tour?
I wanted to. I missed it.
I went. I had fun.
Yeah, if you remember seeing that semi truck that was outside,
Yeah.
they fill all 2 floors of that thing with bikes.
That's
Like,
amazing.
They load the thing up. You can fit like 60 bikes in that thing, and they brought them all out. So if you crash one, you just get on another one.
Cool.
So-
Sign me
Yeah.
up, man.
Yo, where's that Thruxton RS? I just want to do that with
Could you imagine car companies doing that?
car companies.
Just like,
They kind of do.
Yeah, they
But,
kind of
like,
do.
At least they use a racetrack.
Yeah. But like people still fucking like go into corners all the time, a little too hot and skid off.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just, yeah.
But the Arizona trip was a lot of fun.
Where in Arizona did you guys go?
We were in Tucson,
Cool.
right at we were one of the big resorts. The Weston Palomo.
Cool.
And it right at the bottom of the Catalina Mountains.
Yeah,
The whole
Arizona's
time,
amazing.
as long as we weren't in classes or on motorcycles, it was a party. It was a lot of fun.
Nice.
The classes were fun. There was lots of activity. I didn't have to pay for my room. It was the best part. Or my food. Just the alcohol. I never drank that much in my life. But it was a good time. Got to meet all the guys from different dealerships across the country. And there were a couple of guys that had ordered Tigers and stuff while we were there.
Really?
Oh yeah.
That 900 GT Rally is fucking spectacular.
The rally is bonkers.
Yeah.
It's an inch taller than the Scrambler 1200, but it's a bunch thinner, and I would definitely say the Tiger's better for off-roading than the Scrambler.
Oh
yeah, that's true.
So we
go
go
ahead.
ahead. We missed the intro. So you work for Triumph and MV Agusta?
Yeah, so I'm at Triumph and MV Agusta, Detroit.
Oh, cool.
Oh, sweet.
Nice.
So the last 2 years, I've gone out for all the immersion rides with Triumph, and then probably doing the same thing with MV Agusta once things start picking up again after the end of the world.
That's awesome. I love that. Was it the 800 Super Veloce?
I got to. So yeah, I haven't gotten to ride the Super Veloce yet, and I don't know if we've got one, but the Turismo Veloce is wild. I loved it. It was a bunch of fun.
That's amazing.
MV Agusta is like the Pagani of motorcycles to me. It's like super artful and super like design focused, but also it's like there's a lot of performance behind it, so it's pretty respectable. But like looking at the new MV Agusta like super and sport bikes, like the tail sections and the wheels are always super unique and interesting, and there's always like one differentiating factor with those bikes. Keeps me coming back to the website all the time. It's super cool.
Yeah.
I think it started off with the F4 and the F3, like when they started changing their designs, like with the F4 and those 4 exhausts in the back, and then the F3 with the 3 pipes on the side, kind of like change, and that floating tail just changed the way that MVs were looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was 2001 or 2002 when they built the F4. I was watching an interview with the family that owned MV Agusta up until like 2016, and they were trying to design a bike that would never get old, as far as looks went. And for the most part, they nailed it with the F4.
Yeah, that bike.
Looking at one now, it looks really good.
Yeah. And they sound so good. Like no matter where you are, if you hear one start up, like you're gonna stop and you're gonna walk towards it just to see it.
Yeah, MV Agusta partners with Ferrari to tune all of their exhausts.
Oh wow!
Really?
Yeah, it's like recently at least. Like I read online that the new super bikes or sport bikes that they sell, they actually worked with Ferrari to tune all of their exhausts to have like a unique like sports car or supercar type of tone, because they're very smooth, not lumpy and throaty like our Ducatis, but they're they have the unique exotic sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, then that's got to be what's going on with their new MotoGP stuff.
Yeah, super cool stuff.
Yeah, I'm on their website.
Who owns MV now?
What was that?
Who owns MV now?
Right now, so MV is still it's not owned by any other automotive group. It's so this company called Ocean Group. They bought 50% of the company. I think 2016 or 2017, bought half the company and took over mostly the business side of it. And then after going through all the books and everything last year, they bought the rest of the company out. They still employ the Castiglione family that owned it before them, but purely in a design capacity because they suck at running a business.
Wow.
But what Ocean Group does is they buy companies and rebuild them. They've done it with a couple airlines and a bunch of other companies. They're based out of Ukraine. And
It's like a big scale VC.
Yeah.
the owner of Ocean Group, I don't even think he's in his 30s, and lives in Italy, right outside the factory, and
Convenient.
really cool dude. He paid a surprise visit to Triumph Detroit earlier this winter, and they had been going out to every single dealership in pairs with the top guys in MV and examining every single dealer and finding the ones they're going to cut.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
no
so
pressure.
they're
Yeah.
going to cut out all their bad dealers and put new ones in.
Wow.
So
I think that's smart though, is they like try to like relaunch themselves back into the US. Like I feel like Ducati's done such a good job of bringing this like Italian super sport feeling to the motorcycle industry in the last 5 or 6 years. Like basically since Volkswagen bought them.
Mhm.
They've done such a good job just
Mhm.
exponentially expanding throughout the markets.
So MV's doing a lot of similar stuff that Ducati did back when Volkswagen picked them up. So they've got a new headquarters in Las Vegas and a warehouse there also.
Wow.
So they've been restructuring everything. And they also picked up a guy from Tesla or SpaceX to help make that happen.
Cool.
I think MV Agusta needs like a like a very like I don't know. There's a lot of brands that are smaller that are in like power sports dealers that don't really get to like express their identity or have like a brand experience. Like Ducati Detroit's cool because it's like all Ducati, so everything is super curated. I think it'd be cool for MV Agusta to kind of do what like Pagani Newport Beach does, where it's like a very small building. You've got like a couple bikes there, but it's extremely like it's like a white space environment. You can really just appreciate the bikes because that at that point, I think like a lot of people, at least in Michigan and the Midwest, would be able to kind of understand like that this is a brand. Because I think a lot of times like when brands put their products in dealerships, especially that carry multiple brands and products, they kind of get lost in whatever this sells the most volume or is the most profitable to the dealership, and it really kind of hurts some of those companies. And I think MV Agusta is one of those like it's a good opportunity to kind of just like differentiate and create something like create an alternative to like a Ducati type of brand, but it needs to be one of those things that really has like a individual identity, in my opinion. I don't know. When I went looking at Triumphs, for example, like and bikes before I bought my first real bike. I was just shocked at how many like poorly run power sports stores there are with just like tons of volume, but like no attention to like brand history or philosophy. And then like, I don't know. It's like when you're buying a toy, it's like it doesn't really like you kind of actually do want some level of an experience. And I think with a brand like MV, I think there's a really good opportunity for that. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. And that's something that I've been focusing on at the dealership is like half the experience is the experience. Like that's part of what you go through when you're looking at a bike.
Yeah.
And with MV, we're really excited for that to take over like half the dealership and be a huge part of what we're about.
Yeah.
And if the disease and everything hadn't happened this year, there would have been huge progress in just 6 months. But now it's all been delayed a little bit. Like MV is gonna start running semi trucks full of bikes and demos out to all the A dealers. So they've got dealers in 3 categories. Your A dealers like Triumph Detroit, France, places like that. The ones that they really want to stand out, they're gonna give them the special treatment. All kinds of decorations, remodeling, everything. And then they're going to have the demo bikes and days once or twice a year at each dealership.
I'd come down on MV.
Yeah, I'm very, very interested in this.
Yeah, so that was supposed to happen this year. It may still happen, but right now it's kind of up in the air because they've only just started manufacturing bikes since everything kind of started to loosen up in Italy.
Yeah.
But a big part of the demos with MVs is that dealers usually don't have more than 6 to 10 bikes at a time. just because it's a small brand and they only move so many a year.
Yeah.
And it's actually something that MV wants to keep, like that small number. And
Yeah, you want to be niche.
yeah, like you wanna sell a good amount of bikes, but you don't want to flood.
Right.
So we're still shooting for only like 10, 20 bikes a year. That's the goal. That's where we want to be. That's the not quota. That's the goal.
How many bikes did MV sell last year in the US, like in total?
Last year, I don't know about last year, but I know about the year before.
Okay.
The year before, I think it was like 8,000 bikes globally.
Wow.
Globally or just in the US?
Globally.
Okay.
Wow.
In the US, they only sell like 1,000 bikes a year.
That's rare. They're really
Yeah.
rare.
Yeah.
So with MVs, there's not even a flagship MV dealer in the US. And all that they've got for flagships is one in Germany. It might be Berlin. I'm not sure. It's one of the big cities in Germany. They've got one in Paris, and then they've got two or three in Italy. And then they've got one in London. And that's it. There's no other flagship dealers for MV that only sell MV.
They don't even have a dealership in India. They have an importer.
Really?
Yeah, you talk to this one guy who specially imports the bikes to India, and if you really want one, and then accordingly he'll get it for you. And but it's a long process and super expensive.
Oh man, yeah.
I can
Yeah,
only
I can't.
imagine.
But with MVs, I was gonna get one instead of the Scrambler. I was really close.
Yeah, you
Hey,
were
I'm
talking about that
Alex.
dragster for so long.
Oh yeah.
I'm shocked you didn't get one.
The only thing that stopped me was the insurance. Being 21 and other such things that the bike is super expensive, the insurance was like $300 a month for me.
Wow.
So not being in, an aged position, 24, 25 and older, it's like I can afford the bike, but I can't afford the insurance.
Yeah.
I still want one really bad, and I will have one. I don't know when, but I will. And
Hey man, the 1200 Scrambler is not a bad alternative.
it's not. It was between the Scrambler and a Dragster. It was one of the two.
Yeah, Scrambler's
always,
great.
Those were always the choices. But I'm really looking forward to their demo days and their presentations that they start running at all the dealerships, because we get to ride the bikes too. Because we only have one or two demos at the dealership, and even those are pretty restricted.
All right, bad.
So it'll be
Yeah,
nice.
I was on your website the other day just like looking, and I think you guys have like 3 or 4 bikes, like MVs listed, like tops.
So we've got a Dragster 800 RR in every color. We've
Okay.
got, I think we've got one F3 left, and I think that's it. We've gone through everything else.
Is it the F3 that's like that beautiful white?
Yeah, the white and gray one.
Oh my god, it's so pretty.
So we've got one F3 800, and we've sold everything else. All our F3 675s.
Are those your allocations for the year?
Yeah, so we picked them up in July. So we got them halfway through the year.
Okay.
And we went through our most expensive bike first.
Yeah.
Which we thought was super backwards, because the bikes that went first were not the ones we expected to go first.
When you say super expensive, like what is a high price to MV cost?
So anything that's not production is going to be over 40,000.
Oh,
So like their Brutale 1000 Oro edition,
yeah.
I think was 45,000.
Oh.
The F4 Claudio edition, the black and gold one with the leather and the titanium.
Yeah, I've seen that one. Yeah.
That one's like 95,000.
Yeah, that's
And
insane.
those never even got shipped out to well, let me reword that. They never got. Dealers never got to place orders. They were all pre-purchased.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So every single F4 Claudio edition was purchased before dealers had access to it.
Really?
So
They went to the mailing list and said,
yeah,
"You guys qualified. Do you want it?" That's nuts.
Yep. And it required a $30,000 down payment or deposit.
Oh.
just to reserve the bike for the person that was going to get it.
Now, are those bikes being like properly ridden, or are they collector pieces that are sitting in a garage?
I think most of them are being collected and put in museums and millionaire, billionaire houses.
Yeah.
And then there's the individual guys that'll have buy like a Super Leggera and ride it for 2,000 miles on the track and then sell it, or however people spend time on $100,000 bike.
Yeah.
But outside of all the special edition bikes that are more than $50,000, their most expensive production bike now is the Brutale 1000 at like 32,000, 33. But
That's
before that, it was 23 for the Super Veloce SAS or Turismo Veloce SCS.
That's not like terribly out there price range wise when you compare them to like what like a new V4 S goes for and stuff like that.
So their highest priced bike really isn't that bad. Their lower priced bikes start at like 14,000.
Yeah.
So it's hard to get into an MV for anything less than 14 or 15.
Yeah.
Which is fairly similar to Ducati though. Like if you remove the Scrambler lineup, what's the cheapest monster? Like 12 grand?
The cheapest Scrambler is 12K though. So.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
Yeah, the new 797s are like 89.95, like $9,000.
Okay, it's like $9,000 gets you the cheapest
Yeah.
monster.
Yeah.
But this year they came out with the Rosso line that gets them down to like 11 for Brutale 800. So now you can get an entry level MV Agusta for the price of a street triple.
Oh, man, I couldn't do an entry level MV Agusta though. Not when you guys make badass shit like that new whatever the one is, the crazy exhaust, the 3 exhaust pipes. That's the one that I'm always looking at all the time. Or it's like
a lot of them have a 3 exhaust pipe design.
Yeah, I don't know which one it is. It's got the cool circular taillight and the crazy like turbofan style rear wheel.
Yeah, that's the Super Veloce.
Yeah, that bike makes me weak at the knees, man. Every time I see it.
Our after sales manager, so the guy that supplies clothes, parts, warranties, all that, he has a Super Veloce, and since he works for MV, he managed to get one of the Oro Edition exhaust for that bike.
Ooh.
So it's got 2 on one side and 1 on the other in a ceramic coated black.
Oh, that's cool.
So
That's
it
awesome.
looks straight out of the 70s.
That's sick.
Joey, what's shiny and red and in your garage?
What now?
What's up?
What?
You dropped all these like weird
currently-
teasers and hints.
Wait, how? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 motorcycles in my garage right now.
Yep.
One of them might be yours.
One of them is, yeah.
There might be something shiny and red that will be shown on Friday morning if anyone's interested in watching that video.
It's a life-size Santa Claus doll, isn't it?
It is just really, really, yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
Nail on the head.
I got
I'm excited for that bike. I picked it up last Friday afternoon, and I've already put almost 300 miles on it.
Let's finish that break-in this weekend.
That's the goal. Well, maybe not this weekend, but the next weekend. I think I'm already going to get on the Ducati Detroit's schedule so I can get that first maintenance done.
There you go.
Yeah.
So if you were going to say something, go ahead.
Oh, no, that was it.
So someone put into your chat asking about the MV Agusta reliability.
Yeah.
And that's something that's changed quite a bit since 2017. Once Ocean Group purchased the company and started taking over, that was the first thing they took care of was the common maintenance issues with the MVs, like the starter clutch blowing out and then not being able to get the parts. That was the hard part. It's not that the problems were severe; it's that you just couldn't fix them.
Okay.
So all the issues really weren't that bad with the MVs. You just couldn't support yourself.
Okay.
That was something that was dealt with pretty quickly after Ocean Group bought the company in 2017. And then now that there is that was something that was dealt with Oh, there's someone echoed. The and now that there's a warehouse in the U.S., shipping times are less than 2 weeks. So it's the problems with MV reliability aren't really problems anymore.
So what you're saying is we should all go buy them as like a group. Get that discount.
We already
but
tried that; it didn't work.
Yeah.
The hard part is just getting past that bad image,
Yeah.
because it was the go-to argument for MV for a long time.
Yeah. I think that's with like any sort of like Italian sports car, sports motorcycle, sports, any kind of brand that's super low quality, is that they're always going to have issues with supply chain.
Yeah. So
I think you mean low production numbers instead of low quality.
I said quantity.
Oh, my bad. I heard quality.
It's okay. I might have said it.
Same thing.
but I mean, even and then on top of that, just logistics is difficult.
Yeah.
Because you know how Ducati ships pretty much all of their parts from Italy.
Yeah.
MV did the same thing, but the companies that they worked with for shipping were horrible. So
You can't trust those Italians. They're terrible at everything.
Yeah. So the last year and a half, it's all been logistics.
Says the Italian.
Arrivederci. No, like when my grandfather like didn't trust fucking transportation shit from Italy, so he would literally go there and load cars onto his own fucking boat and send them back to San Francisco. Like shipping shit out of Italy has been an issue since World War One.
Dude, I'm just imagining like 6 Rivas with a shitload of pallets, just like 6 guys just bombing it across the Atlantic, just like Connecticut or something. We'll get there next week.
Yeah. All right. Move on from motorcycles. Here we talk about cars.
I gotta be.
Like,
I'm the only.
no.
I feel like that. I've never owned a motorcycle.
Not yet.
Here's the thing.
A Miata's basically a motorcycle, though.
Exactly. That's why I bought the car, because I know I'm gonna kill myself if I'm on 2 wheels, especially like around here. I cannot resist doing stupid things. So
That's what I said, and I'm still alive. So, but it's only been like 1,500 miles.
Yeah, and
You're on like week 6.
everybody I talk to is like, it's not if you're gonna crash, it's when.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I know when I do it, it would be really aggressive. So
it's such a negative way to
The closest crashes always happen close to home. Like the weirdest crashes always happen close to home.
yeah, like just run around the block or something like that.
Yeah.
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 I'm already like looking for a track bike, and I've barely ridden my street bike. So
I had a pretty bad crash I broke my face and broke my elbow on my speed triple that I had when I was in the States.
Damn.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You had like the best, because you had that when you were living in Montana, right?
Yep.
All of those beautiful mountain passes, like fuck.
Yeah. And it was the same spec as the Mission Impossible bike.
Okay.
So it was the 959 engine. I mean, I'm kind of like amazed that they haven't updated the speed triple in their lineup, like in the new lineup at least. Like the old one still ran the 1050 engine, but I mean, I figured that if they're upgrading all their bikes right now, they should kind of upgrade this speed triple.
Sure, the speed triple's a badass bike, but I cannot get past those headlights. Just can't.
The headlights
They
and the
look like
weed
little
whacker
antennas.
sound. Cannot get past that sound. It hurts me. But like I've said this before, there hasn't been a single triple engine that I have enjoyed. Just can't do the sound.
Really?
That's the sound.
I think the triples are the best.
Rotor.
No, they
You
just
like
sound
it?
like fucking weed whackers.
You liked my Daytona, didn't you? I thought
Yeah,
that was
your
the only
face.
triple that you enjoyed.
It's only the headlights for me. I don't really care about the sound all that much, to be honest. I mean,
That bike has some insane low end power.
Oh yeah, they added a bunch of power to it in 2019.
But they need to change the look of it.
Yeah, the look hasn't changed since 2016, and then the engine has been the same framework since it's been a 1050.
Yeah, they need to upgrade that too.
Oh, it's gonna get upgraded. Trust.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. And I'll get to ride one. So
Joey, do you have any questions?
Oh, I got a bunch of questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had a bunch of like
We're gonna
rapid fire
get
dope
motorcycle
questions. I
stuff when
thought.
turn
No,
this
but like
back on.
I like where this conversation's going. So
I
like,
feel bad for Steven. He's sitting there just like mute. while
and
we're
no,
all
that's
talking
why I wanted to
bikes.
change because I was like, all right, we've got like 5 motorcycle guys, and
Yeah,
one
Let's do a
guy-
drink check. What's everybody drinking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two Hearted.
What's everybody drinking tonight?
Oberon.
Two-hearted.
Two-hearted.
I made a Moscow Mule.
Ooh.
I'm gonna grab a bunch of tea right now because
Yeah, you
it's
should drink some coffee.
20 in the morning.
Yeah, don't drink, man. That'd be weird.
Jolly Pumpkins raspberry sour.
Oops. Glenlivet, 18.
If you
Oh,
ever
okay.
get a chance, you guys should try a raspberry wheat beer. So good.
I usually don't like fruit in my beer.
You gotta get it just right so it's not too bitter,
Yeah.
but still has that strong flavor.
Yeah.
That's something that's hard to do with raspberry is getting that perfect mixture in taste.
Yeah.
'Cause it's
Sweet.
easy
I'm gonna go to the
mess
store,
up.
buy some Labatt, and just cut some raspberries up, toss them in there.
Don't get me started on the bat. Like that was one of my first clients in New York City. Like I pitched them, we won it. I went to Buffalo for the pitch, and I learned we won it. And I had to go
It
to
sounds like an Office
shit
episode.
ton of hockey games to learn about it. It was so interesting.
Watery beer.
Who said white people don't have any culture?
We got ice hockey.
It's culture on ice.
Yeah, hockey
Yeah,
and Labatt,
fights.
baby.
No, but then I went to the Red Wings game, whatever the fuck they're called.
Red Wheels.
And,
No, you
like-
got it the first time.
No, Red Wheels. Yeah, because that's their logo. The wheel is red. Red
Nailed
wheel.
it.
Yeah,
Yep.
killed it.
Shoe company, after all. Come on.
Yeah, and like all the shit that we did like 8 years ago is still across the bar there for Labatt. It's fun.
Just set the bar, man. You just stop
Yeah.
here.
It's all your fault that they're successful.
You can't.
We did the bear commercials, damn it. The bear commercials. Fun story.
Okay.
Actually, I had to put that costume on multiple times as an intern. That's what you do in advertising.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do whatever it takes.
Did they make you go buy tacos like in the bear costume, or was this for like what did they do? Was this like a hazing technique?
No, so actually I was hazed at my first agency. My first
You
Friday
should be.
night at my internship in Manhattan, I was told to go buy a keg. So I went downtown, bought a keg, and then I stood on the corner for almost 2.5 hours waiting for a cab to actually pick me up because no one would want to pick me with a keg. And then I got back, and there's a photo of this, and I was so fucking upset, and I was basically crying, and I hated my life. And it's all been downhill since.
And that's when they're like, "We've got this bear costume. Hear me
Yeah.
out.
Here we are.
Let's cheer you up."
All right. I got questions. Do you just want me to go down the list of questions and we can pick the one to go on?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So, best livery of any race car. If you have $50,000, what do you buy? What's the ultimate daily? What's your 3-car garage? Best paint color of any car.
I think you should just go one by one.
One by one.
Just
Okay.
go one by one.
Yeah, okay.
They're all pretty good.
Best livery of any race car. Go. And you don't have like whoever's ready can talk.
So
I'm
does this
going with-
include like production cars that were used and built for certain events,
No.
Yeah.
or
I'm
just
going-
race cars?
Like martini liveries or golf liveries are
Definitely
my top.
picking the Domino's delivery cars. Definitely the Sonics.
We go with the Red Bull Mini Coopers.
Oh yeah. With the cans on top?
Yes.
Yeah.
Those are sick. Those are sick.
I saw one the other day missing the can off the back of it. I wonder.
I bet you those are like kind of sought after.
Yeah.
So that was my sister's job in college. She was a Red Bull girl
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Free Red Bulls.
all the time.
Yeah.
Whenever she would come home, she would just stock my dad up with cases of Bull.
That's awesome.
It was pretty sick. I was
I
in
don't
New
know.
York.
Not a good job for
I
high
think
blood
it's
pressure people.
I'm gonna
I don't
say the Porsche 935 Apple livery with like the rainbow.
Macintosh. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, so good.
I like the old Porsche, the pig library that showed where you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn it, Steven.
I saw that car at the Porsche Museum.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
That was cool.
Me-
I went to Le Mans 2 years ago when they ran that livery on their new vehicle. It was sick.
The pig.
The pig.
I
The pink pig and then Mercedes red pig.
Yeah.
Lot of fucking pigs coming out of Stuttgart lately.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like a good martini livery just because they go on so many. I mean, they've been on everything from Alphas to Porsches to, F1 cars. I feel like you can't really go wrong with that.
It's just so clean and simple.
Yeah,
Another one of the simple and clean ones is the Golf livery.
yeah, same. But I think that one's a lot harder to pull off. Like it has to be on the right car. Like it's got to be like a Ford GT or a 917 or
Yeah. Someone in this group said that you can't golf things that aren't golf originally or something. I don't remember that saying.
you can't golf non-golf things.
Yeah, you can't golf non-golf things.
Yeah.
Whenever I send over a non-golf thing to our group chat, I get yelled at by all of our designer friends.
Hey, I don't yell at you, Joey. It's okay.
So I might just be uncultured when it comes to race cars because I don't know anything. I don't watch races.
Boo.
But
How dare
recently,
you.
I've been talking with a friend, and he wants to get a Fiat 124 Spider and
Yeah.
build it out. Fiat's rally livery for that car is.
It's a pretty good livery.
Yeah.
I'm super happy with it. It reminds me of a Mini Cooper a little bit with the way they've got the headlights on the front set up.
Yeah. I just think like any car, if you rally it, makes it cooler.
Yes.
You throw a bunch of fucking lamps on it. You throw some funky tires and a little bit of lift. Like it looks cool.
I've
That-
considered doing it to my 500.
You
That-
should do it.
That brings me back to your ultimate daily driver question.
Yeah. I
Do
like
you
that.
want to do that?
I
So
feel like,
unlimited money,
Oh,
but you only have one
I didn't
car.
even.
I feel like a
Oh,
suitable.
no. Ian hasn't gone yet. Ian hasn't gone yet.
Oh, Ian, what's your?
Damn it.
You look like you're in
Oh
a
man,
forest.
I was gonna tell you guys Dale Earnhardt Jr. like NASCAR livery.
Do it for Dale.
I was
No,
gonna,
the
and I
Ricky
was gonna
Bobby,
set the
him
culture
and the
bar.
Cougar.
Just the no, I was thinking the Alitalia Lancia Stratos.
Yeah,
Those
Oh,
rally
yeah,
cars.
Oh, yeah.
That was
Those old
awesome.
green. Those are sweet.
Mhm. those are good.
They have that on a Murcielago as well.
Oh, they do? I've never seen it before.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, what is? Oh. So I'm anti-smoking and anti-cigarettes, but the Marlboro on like the Lamborghini race cars and just the
Oh,
old
yeah.
rally cars in the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd fuck with that. I would throw that on whatever red bikes in my garage right now.
Oh,
Yeah,
why
I'm
don't we-
totally with you.
Marlboro lives in your
Libraries back in the day.
Wait, say that again.
There's so many cool cigarette libraries.
Say it again. Stop talking, both of you.
There were so many cool cigarette libraries. Like John Player's Special, that's the cigarette library.
Yeah,
That's a problem with
Oh,
cigarettes.
nobody said
Everything
that.
they do
That's
looks
a
good,
good
but
one.
they're bad for you.
I know.
Tobacco
Cigarettes are
was
so
number
cool.
one sponsor for motorsport back in the day.
Yeah. Lotus actually just announced 4 special edition Lotus Elises for the UK market.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Libraries. Yeah. And they've
Hey,
got,
Steven, this is where you say we now offer financing.
we do,
These
but
videos.
I don't
0% for 84 months.
If we can sell one car to this live stream right now, like we win. Like we all get a shirt or something.
Exactly.
hit me up. I'll send a t-shirt with you.
Oh, yeah.
Joey, let's put a Marlboro livery on your motorcycle.
God, I would kill for that. But I'm too hipster for that. Like I feel like I need like an American Spirit or some shit.
Oh,
Like a baby blue,
can't-
like Indian smoking on the side.
You can't call yourself too hipster for something. I mean, at that point, oh man, you should put a little Caesar's livery on it.
If they paid me enough money, I'd put it on.
You
It's
have a
hot and
beard.
ready.
Anything you do is hipster.
Oh, yeah.
How it works.
I'm just gonna go shave.
I actually had to shave today for a meeting with one of our finance companies.
Party poopers.
I was working on like the worst mustache goatee.
oh, I
situation.
am currently working on the worst.
Like a retired
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage,
This is
like goatee
Lauren's, like,
mustache situation.
No
Or?
shaving. And
It's,
like
it's
like
just-
a chipping green, you know, where there's just all these chops out of the.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's exactly what I was trying to go for. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
You got a good
Next
beer.
question, Maestro.
Next question. What is the ultimate daily? One car that
Audi
you have to
RS6.
live with for everything.
This is where I was gonna segue with like liveries. Like I feel like low-key, you said rallying stuff too. Like ultimate daily Safari like 964, like Safari 911.
Those are sweet.
Like
That's pretty sick.
you can go anywhere, you still own a 911, and you could probably track it and still be okay.
Oh.
But like it would be like that, or like I don't know. I've got a couple like options. There's like that, or like the V10 RS6 wagons would be killer.
Yeah.
Or like
Those are sweet.
like all-wheel drive hatchback Ferrari V12.
Oh yeah. You can't go wrong with an F12.
Like,
FF.
FF.
Yeah.
but like I guess it also depends on where you live, right? Because if you live out in the middle of the desert, like I'd take a Raptor, or like something that's like more pre-runnery.
I don't know. I'm a car person. I'm not into SUVs. I like something that's planted to the ground.
I was that way too, and then I owned a Raptor for a year and a half, and I have never had more fun off road.
Yeah.
If I had to pick one,
corner.
it'd have to be the new Yaris, the
fuck
all-wheel drive 3-cylinder. That or a Mustang with a trailer hitch.
Why are you being so practical? What?
Hey,
Kick this man from the talk.
Why?
the Yaris is like 200 horsepower on what? It's like a 1.6 liter 3-cylinder.
Really?
And it's all-wheel drive.
I'll be right back. I gotta go give my buddy my 100 to 400 mil lens so we can do some crazy photography. So I'll see you guys in a few.
Okay.
I'm relocating.
I'm gonna say a Mercedes AMG E63S wagon.
I was gonna say the same.
Yeah, because I love long roofs. I love the ability to seat 5 people, have 2 dogs in the back seat, bikes on top, and smoke most Ferraris.
No, but you need an Audi RS6.
Right.
That's the real answer.
But like it's too aggressive. The E63 is very like subtle, and you don't know what you're looking at until it kicks your ass on the line. And I would only get it in the brown.
Yeah, I had an E500 wagon for a while.
Okay.
And that was liter V8. I called it the 5-liter beater.
Mm-hmm.
I paid like $2,000 for this car, and it was kind of a piece of shit. But
Wait, so you're saying the $2,000 car you owned was a piece of shit? And are we shocked? No.
most are 2,000 pieces of shit. So no, it was a nice car. I like the Mercedes stuff, but having owned 6 or 7 Audis, I'm kind of biased.
Yeah.
I might take it all back and say C8 Corvette.
No.
I love it. I'm
one of the few
basic
people.
when it comes to cars, but I love
One of the
it.
few people under like 60 that really likes Cadillac as a brand. I would really like kill to have a CT6 Blackwing, the V.
That engine
Yeah. I would. That would be for me pretty much the ultimate daily. I think that kind of tops it for me.
Yeah.
Nobody speaks. Just a
Same.
lack of imagination. They're like,
No, it's cool.
I'm sorry, I'm boring.
It's just Cadillac has had a real tough time as of late. They don't really know what they're doing with things.
I feel
yeah,
like the new CTS is pretty cool.
I like Cadillac a lot. I just think they have cool design language.
They do. They just need to figure out like what their game plan is because they keep switching everything up every so often.
Yeah.
I feel like they tried really hard when they went to New York. That was a huge departure for any sort of automotive brand, completely leaving Detroit, leaving the parent company and all of that. And when they got there, they didn't know who they were, and they spent a few years flopping around with different sort of like marketing ideas and different like commercial settings and all of that, and it failed. It ultimately failed. And now they're back in Detroit. They're trying to figure out who they are. To me, they have this perfect idea or like this perfect world of like American luxury that like they don't want to tap into, right? There's BMW, there's Mercedes, there's Audi. They have this like German luxury and performance brand set, but like
Just make huge, powerful American sedans.
Right.
Like literally, that's what you do.
You
And they
wanna die.
de-escalate.
Right.
But that's like a
Don't-
Hellcat.
Yeah, just
No.
like make something
They're like
interesting.
nicer leather.
Make something to compete with the Model S. Like make a big, long wheelbase electric thing.
No.
I think they started to lose it when they started to compete with the German cars, when they started saying that their CTSV could go around the Nürburgring super fast and stuff like. I feel that's when Cadillac started to lose it.
CTSV.
It's
Love
quick.
that.
What was the
Love
one?
that car.
What was the one prototype that they came out with? It started with an E, and it was gorgeous, super long.
Oh, El Mirage. Yeah,
Yeah.
those are great. Yeah.
That's such a good Cadillac name.
Yeah, like
It's fucking perfect.
they should have done that, and instead
Yeah.
they stuck to the alphanumeric nomenclature and didn't do anything that was really creative and inspiring like that car. That car was gorgeous.
Yeah.
They had
Agreed.
prototypes that were like spot on, and then they did nothing with them.
I'm so
They
sorry I
had
brought this
another
up.
one called I think it was the Steam Concept or something like that. If I'm not mistaken.
That thing was batshit crazy. That was a 16-cylinder, like wild, like coke fueled, like insane sedan. I've never. Like, I want to know what that boardroom meeting was like when they're like, okay, I got an idea. We're gonna take
Bust the line.
a sedan.
listen.
But we're gonna put a 16-cylinder engine in it, and we're gonna make it like this weird, like cyber Al Capone reboot thing, and we're just gonna throw it out there and see what happens. Let's see if it'll stick.
Yeah.
It's nuts. The thing's crazy.
Wait, what is
The
this?
other
called?
one was the Escala. That was the other prototype that was sweet.
They were on fire with those. I don't know what they were thinking. They didn't put them out.
Wait, what is this called? Why can't I find it?
The 16,
Yeah.
the Cadillac 16 concept. It was
That's
probably
awesome.
one of those dumbass names where it was like 6I like.
Yeah,
X.
it's the 16
Oh.
Concept.
Wow, this is 2003.
The
Okay.
Escala was from like 2013, I think, or 2014.
Is this the one that had the hood that was like split in the middle?
Here's the Escala.
Oh yeah, that's sick.
The Scala is so cool.
A 13.6 liter. It's ridiculous.
Fuck yeah.
It was a 4-speed too.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're talking concept cars.
No, we're talking about Cadillac still, or daily drivers. Just wanted to talk about Cadillacs.
Yeah, we can
What-
switch gears.
Someone watching us says the WRX STI is the ultimate driver.
I don't know.
Really?
I daily drive realistically. I daily drive a GT3.
Really?
Yeah. You can do
I
anything.
mean, there's a lot of cars. There's a lot of cars I would daily drive, but that like aren't very like useful as a daily driver.
Yeah.
And the GT3 is definitely one of those. It's such a
Yeah.
sweet car.
You've got
Or like a Miata,
storage
maybe.
space. Like you can throw a roof rack on it and go camping. You can.
Yeah.
You can't go very far off road, but like you can get to a campground or down a beach.
I'm not
Well,
sure
lift
I
it
would
up.
take that car ever off road.
Why not? It's
Cause-
daily.
Yeah.
You do everything.
I would get like a foldable bike and put it in the front.
There you go.
No, you just put a roof rack on it and put up it on top.
Yeah, that's true.
Little bike.
All right. Have we all said our daily?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Committed to the RS.
I got to run in a second here. Do you guys want to see my little Miata real quick in the Lotus?
Yeah, sure.
I do.
I'm, well,
So there's the Miata.
hey,
Oh, nice.
There's the turbo.
Where's the turbo? I don't see it.
There.
Okay.
And then here's the Lotus.
I'm a big fan of that color.
it looks so good.
Yeah, the ones that we had were that red and that silver, but this like dark, what is it? Sharp gray or something?
It's called Air Force Blue.
Air Force blue.
Little, let me see what I got here. Interior.
I saw Steven ripping around in that downtown the other day.
Yeah.
We were doing some roller photos throughout the city.
And
Got some food.
it looks killer in person.
Yeah. There she is. So yeah, I got to take this
Probably
one.
the first car I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was probably the first car that I ever loved looking at.
A Lotus?
Yeah.
It's a sweet car. I mean, we're sunsetting this car. It's gonna get replaced pretty soon. The new car looks awesome. I'm really excited about it. I can't really like say anything about it, but it's gonna be sweet.
I can. I'll give you a hint. It's a Lotus.
It's a Lotus, yes. It'll still have a manual transmission. That's the most important part.
That's the most important thing ever.
Yes.
I
But
heard that you guys are going to be sending me out to the press drive when it's launched. I heard that somewhere.
well, we've got to get that organized and situated first. But
Yeah.
we're gonna start teasing some information on that car this summer. And it's gonna be really sweet. I'm really excited for it.
Oh yeah.
The price point's gonna be right where it should be. Power is gonna be where it should be. But in the meantime, the GT here is a really sweet car. So
For sure. I enjoyed it so much a few weeks ago when I got to drive one. So much fun. It's definitely on the wrong tires at the time, but it made it for even more enjoyment.
well, at the time we had one on winter tires and we had one on Cup 2s. So
Yeah.
pretty drastic.
The Cup 2s in their low 30s was
Yeah.
not a lot of fun. Not a lot of traction with that.
No.
I took delivery of a GT350R on Cup 2s in 25-degree weather with snow,
It's like ice.
and I think I still have like anxiety
Oh,
that day.
350?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the scariest.
I was
Those tires.
I'm like to go with you to pick that car up. You went to that with you and Led grabbed that, right?
Yeah, I just remember like driving on Commerce Road, being like, "Oh, I don't remember rain grooves on Commerce Road. Why is the car moving around?" And then it was like, and then I realized it was just cold, and the car was literally like it was just like floating. There was no traction at all. It was so scary. It's like driving on hockey pucks.
Yeah, the wrong tires in those kind of conditions, that'll scare the shit out of you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, well, I got to bounce, everybody. It was really fun. I liked it. This was a good time. I wish I had more information on motorcycles, but
Next time we won't talk so much about bikes.
hey, it's fine. I like bicycles, but
We could talk bicycles.
I want
can
to
talk
get into
bicycles.
mountain biking. I've been looking at getting one. I
Oh.
really want to do it.
Yeah.
Good.
Schwinn.
I was gonna buy like a Santa Cruz in the fall, and then I bought a Ducati. So I mean, I stayed on the two wheels thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
I used to be an avid mountain biker, and then I went downhill mountain biking where they like take you up on the chairlift at Boyne up
I
north.
really want to do that.
Yeah.
It's ruined me. I like cross country mountain biking is shit. When
It's
you
shit.
Yeah.
take a chairlift to the top and then bomb down a hill, and
Yeah.
you have to
Way
ride
back
brakes the whole time. My buddy fell over and the disc brake landed on his calf, and his brakes were so hot it burned the disc brake into his calf.
Oh,
Well, like, what a cool scar.
Right. It had the
Like, that's
disc
cool.
everything.
Right.
That's
Now
like
imagine
getting
that
off your
all the time,
motorcycle after driving,
like-
touching the brakes. It's like
On a motorcycle. You're right, Ian. That's why
Yeah,
I
all the time.
can't get a motorcycle. But I got to get out of here. Thanks for having me. This was a lot of fun. I'm down for next time, and you guys have a great night.
you too.
definitely.
All right, cheers, everybody.
Bye. Kunal,
Yeah.
what is your daily?
I just said E63. Just like you
E63. Yeah. The fucking smart people over here. All right. All right. If you have 50K to fill a garage, you can buy one car, you can buy two, you can buy three. What do you buy with 50 grand?
Is 3 the max?
No, you can buy however many cars you want. You can buy however you want to spend 50 grand. Let's hear it.
Oh man.
I'm scheming like either like a garage full of shit boxes or like one nice car.
I'm glad somebody else thought that.
10 Miatas. Hear me
So,
out.
No. no.
I'd probably do a. Okay, never mind. Someone else go.
50 grand fill a garage. They're ugly as sin, but I'd get a beat to crap, probably like 996 Carrera S.
Okay.
It's still a Polka.
Okay.
and you can get one for like $20K. So
Well, then put in the extra money and get a 997, which was better.
yeah, but now I still have 30 grand to play with.
Yeah, but then you can get a GT3 in 50K 997.
No, you can't.
No,
No.
I wish.
my uncle bought a really good one for like a little above 50, and that
Really?
was 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, no, they're like 70 probably now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So a clap 996 because it's still a Porsche. I don't know, maybe like an M3, like an E46 M3,
Okay.
or like let's call it 15 for a decently clean one. So we're at what, 35? Another 15 to go.
This is gonna be like these are gonna take forever. Like everybody's gonna be like,
I
I'll
have to,
get
like,
the
fact check them, but like if it's not on Bring a Trailer, it doesn't exist.
yeah.
Or I do it one car and I buy a freaking V8 Vantage and call it a day and just drive
You've
that all
talked
day.
about that for years. You just do it.
You just
Yeah.
need to do it, bro.
Yeah.
Do it.
30th birthday, V8 Vantage.
All right. I would use $1,000 and I'd fly my ass to Japan and I'd pick up an RX-7 FD right-hand
You're
drive.
so extra.
Go fuck yourself.
So
That's $20,000. Done. Cool. Then I would go probably to England and buy a Defender 90. That's $20,000. Cool. And I got $10,000 extra, and I'm gonna go to Vegas and eat a bunch of hookers.
Don't you have to pay import duty?
wow, that's gonna haunt you. That's
All right, so
You're gonna run for office.
$21,000. Like I could do anything. I could buy a Wrangler. I could buy like a 2005 Chevy Malibu. I could buy anything.
To quote The Hangover, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, except for herpes. That shit will stay with you.
Oh my god, guys. Awesome.
Now that Joey set the standard for airplane tickets, I'd go to probably the UK and get a 695 Biposto.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And probably
Is that
Tacoma.
lit 500, like that crazy like 500 Fiat?
Yeah, with the linear dog box.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a wild
So
car. I wonder what the guys at Fiat were thinking when they made that. That's insane.
Let's
I
add
think
another
there's a lot like that
$10,000 to
Cadillac
the
call
pipeline.
where they walked into the conference room, railed a big line of Coke, and they're like, all right, hear me out.
Every boardroom meeting we've talked about in this call has been like, there's cocaine involved, just tons of it.
You know what all these guys in the UK are doing with their 500s? Let's do it to a production car.
Yeah.
Oh,
Those cars are sick. Like, we've talked about this before. Like, I think a 500 Abarth is a sexy fucking car. Like,
Every
it's
car guy has
so
thought that
cool.
them
Have you
car
seen
guys
them
been
go-
in traffic and heard one and gone like,
have you
I
seen-
kind of would rock one, I think.
They're
Like,
the best sounding stock exhaust you can buy. Fight me.
I'm not
Have
gonna
you
fight
seen the little like the Ferrari and Maserati editions they have in Europe? Those are so good.
Yeah.
They have
The Aston Martin Signet is also pretty fucking sick.
yeah. There's some random Jalopnik thread of a Signet that's been living literally in Paris like since they came out. And it's like over time you can see it just get like more and more like dense and patches and because it literally gets street parked 24/7.
Oh, yeah. Did you see, it was a few weeks ago, I don't know if it was Jalopnik or one of them, someone stuffed the V8 Vantage engine into the Aston Signet.
Yeah, it was at Festival of Speed last year or the year before.
But, yeah,
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
trying to find an Abarth meme a friend of mine sent to me. So good.
Did everybody go?
No, we're here.
No, I'm saying
still
for
have
the like,
10 grand.
$2,000 thing.
I still have 10 grand to play with.
Oh yeah, you're gonna go like to Sandals, Jamaica or something with the last 10,000, right?
Something like that. But if like
There was
10 grand, like,
black-
I could buy like a Royal Enfield Himalayan maybe? So that's
Oh,
5.
you can buy bikes?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh man,
Okay,
let's rethink
then
everything.
Ditch the Tacoma and get a Rocket 3.
Really?
Yeah. The new Rocket 3 is so good.
Yeah, the new Rocket 3. That thing is awesome.
You haven't ridden one. The thing's awesome. It has more power than my car.
Do you remember when Dodge made that Viper bike back in like 2006 or something?
Yeah.
That's what I think of as like the Rocket 3.
Loud Racer.
What am I looking at? Loud Race.
like
I love it. Yeah, Rocket 3. So good.
All right. So next question.
Yeah.
No, did everyone do it? No, you didn't do it.
Go ahead.
No, what's your 50
No, I'm
feet
good.
garage? Ian, go.
Oh shit. Depends on like what mood I'm in.
The $50,000 mood.
I'd probably buy like a used.
10 Taurus shows.
No, I had that thought when somebody first said $50,000. I'd probably buy like a used AEV Wrangler with like the V8.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like with the big 5.7 V8. That's probably what I would do.
Would you not just go with the Hellcat version or the Elephant?
I don't think I could afford it at that
Those
price
are-
point. I think those are like 70 grand. I think I'd probably do one of those, or yeah, I think that's the car for me. One of those, or like a CTSV.
It
But I
annoys
didn't
me
want
that
to.
there
I
isn't
didn't
a
want to.
V8 in the G.
Yeah.
You muted yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, now you're good.
Yeah.
It annoys me that there isn't a V8 in the Wranglers. It bothers me.
They
Well,
can't
I feel
get any less fuel efficient than they are now, so they can't add a V8.
it'll happen. It'll happen in 15 years when enthusiasts ask for it forever, and then they'll sell good in the first 3 months, and then they'll tank like crazy.
Removing myself from this conversation as a client.
You cannot talk to kids. Don't say anything. Yep.
What about you? 50 grand. Oh, my extra 5 grand, I'd buy an Isuzu Trooper. Done.
Can you
Yo,
just put the money in like a mutual fund or something? Can you have to? You have
Yeah,
to.
that
spend it?
makes more sense, right?
Yeah, you can save the money, but like you're gonna be lame.
Oh,
to
well,
do
then
it.
you didn't tell me that.
So Joey, so Chris that was riding with us on Saturday has a lifted Isuzu Trooper.
No way.
Yeah.
So I had a Trooper for a bit in high school. No, that's a Via-Cross.
Oh wait, never mind. I'm
The
wrong.
Trooper is a giant square. That's the best. It's so nice.
Oh, wow, I can't believe I just brain farted that.
It's okay.
Your
The,
credibility is forever lost. Just kidding.
Yep.
Is
All
this
right, Pete.
Suzuki or the Mitsubishi Jim?
The Suzuki Jimny.
Yeah.
The Jimny is one of the coolest fucking cars out there, and for the price, you cannot beat it.
It's so
Oh boy.
You can't go on a highway with it because it's got like a 1.3 with like 130 horsepower. But like whatever,
I'd drive one of those.
100%.
It's
company
a
makes
it's
one in a
four-wheel
truck
drive.
version right now, and it's so good.
They're making a 5-door as well.
Really?
Yep. It's going to be produced in India.
Do you guys have those over there? You guys can buy those?
Yeah, so the new Jimny hasn't launched yet, but it should be launched around November.
Okay.
But they're going to be making a 5-door for sure because the 3-doors they don't sell too well in India.
Okay.
So people want to take their families around and stuff. So the 5-door will be produced and then exported from India.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I would love to see what that looks like. It's a 5-door.
like a
Two-door
G-Class.
split.
Yeah, like it's gonna be like a little G-Class Wrangler, but like smaller
Yeah.
and like actually like affordable. I like that. I'm into it.
So I have my answer for a 50,000 garage. I'd buy a Unimog.
Okay.
Yeah. Use that as
That's
a overlanding machine and keep going around everywhere.
That's a flex.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all. One of my questions is, what's your zombie apocalypse vehicle? And I feel like you
And
answered it.
that's exactly what it would be too.
Yeah. Hell
I'm
yeah.
gonna be a
No, my zombie apocalypse answer would also probably be a G63 6x6.
That's what I was gonna say.
until you need gas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got 2 tanks.
Yeah, and you turn the bed into a fuel tank too.
Well, but
Got
the
auxiliary fuel tank.
Unimog you can run on biodiesel.
Good point.
Yeah.
6x6 is crap.
Why you say that?
We don't have enough time to talk about that.
The interior on those is very underwhelming.
Are they?
Yeah.
I could say that. All right. Ugliest car to ever be produced. And you can't go. You can't say like the Aztec because like that gets enough shit.
Fiat Multipla.
What?
The PT Cruiser.
Fiat Multipla.
The Multipla.
That's fucking hideous.
Multipla. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Terrible. With those goofy ass fish eyes, like terrible.
Isn't there a Mazda that looks the same way in Japan?
Oh, maybe.
I think there is. I think that might be the same car as the Mazda, because the Spider and the new Miata are the same frame.
Oh, yeah.
chassis. So it wouldn't shock me if it wasn't the first time that Fiat and Mazda did cars together.
Oh, bless you.
Thank you. I mean, I'm gonna go like out on a limb here and say like any of those like K platform cars from like Dodge Chrysler from like, the 80s, those are all god awful.
Yeah.
They all look like they were designed with a ruler and a right angle. They're just
But for me, it's definitely the PT Cruiser or the HHR. I hate them both.
Yeah.
They look like garbage and they're uncomfortable too.
The HHR panel wagons I don't really mind.
Really?
Yeah. There's a lot of people that get those HHR like delivery vans, and they're lighter than the equivalent HHR or PT Cruiser because they don't have any glass in them, and then they'll like SS swap them, and they'll make like 300 horsepower and weigh next to nothing. And they rip.
I'm kind of into it then, I guess. I'm trying to think of a car that I like absolutely hate. Hi, Catherine.
Oh, hey.
What's
Oh,
up?
any of the new BMWs with the giant grill. I don't like those.
Catherine, we're talking about the ugliest cars.
Ooh. The Aztec.
You can't say the Aztec.
Disqualified.
I said it in the rules.
Yeah, you missed the rules, so we'll let it
I missed
slide.
the rules.
I made the rules.
I
The
am the
square Kia one.
Oh, the Kia Soul?
Yeah.
I don't mind it.
Yeah, the new one's not
it's a
too
bloated
bad. The
market.
older ones are pretty shitty.
Those ads, like, they won me over. With, like, the dancing gerbils.
Mhm.
So fucking original. Like, once again, boardroom, lots of cocaine, dancing gerbil.
I was there for it. With the gerbils and the souls. Yeah.
100%.
I was
Just
ready.
bring your pet to work day and someone brought their hamster and
If
it's
it
like,
came with
I
a
have an
life-size
idea.
like animatronic gerbil, I would totally have bought it.
100. Yeah, I love it. But then, like, the same guy went and pitched it for Quiznos sandwiches, and it like didn't work. This is a bad idea.
They didn't even advertise the car. It was just the hamsters.
Yeah, just dancing hamsters. That's all you needed to know. And if you like dancing, you got it. Kia Soul.
Look at this bad boy. You can fit so many hamsters in it. Oh man.
I'm
Those
gonna
were some
say
quality commercials.
the Plymouth Prowler. Not a fan. Not a fan of that car at all.
Those were cool. They would have been cool if they came with giant V8s in them.
Yeah, I think they're underpowered. I think being all right for American roads, and they had to add those like stupid ass fucking front bumpers. They just
Yeah, if you rip those off, if you look at like Chip Foose's like original sketches and designs for that car, and like the stuff that he was doing, in that time, because he was, little known fact, he was at Chrysler for a little bit before he was doing custom cars and stuff completely like on his own. He was in the design. Yeah, he was like a full on like car designer for a hot second. And he did something very similar before leaving, and then I just turned into the Prowler. But yeah, federal regulations, like anything, killed all the cool stuff.
As I'm noticing, every single car that's meant to look like a classic car, like the HHR, the PT Cruiser, the Prowler, they're all trash.
Agreed.
Every single one.
Yeah.
They're all
Agreed.
horrible.
Yep.
All
Yeah.
right.
Whenever you try and go retro, I think things don't always work out that well. It's hard to do. I mean,
It has
it's
the
like-
same profile, but it just doesn't look good modern.
yeah, and like Ian will probably agree with me on this, is like retro to like a designer is like, sure, you can take some influence from that, but when you're trying to do a design that's like inherently something old, it's like we're always taught to be, you know, futurists and, you know, think ahead and way out there. And yeah, I just think retro is kind of yeah, it's an aesthetic you can go for, but it's not sort of something you should necessarily strive to
Triumph.
do.
But they
Yeah.
got it right. They got it right with the 2007 Ford GT.
Yep. Yeah.
They got that right.
I
Yeah.
like okay.
Yeah. What about
That
the
was-
Ford Thunderbird though?
No, hate it.
No, that one just became a frog.
It was weird,
Yeah.
right? Like so many people were buying them thinking they'd be collector items and they just vanished. Like I don't see them on the road ever.
I saw one last week.
Really?
There's a surprising amount of them around here. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, I mean, the Ford GT was more or less just like a let's take the original thing and make it for, you know, let's make it so we can put it on the road for today.
Yeah.
And they kept so much of that original design that I would say it's almost more of just like a refresh and a sort of pseudo modern interpretation. Whereas I think the Thunderbird, they were a lot more aiming for that retro look.
Yeah.
And instead of doing, you know, something that would have been period, you know, mid 2000s, but with that sort of, if the Thunderbird had kept evolving over the years.
Yeah.
Much kind of like if you look at like what they did with Mini, you know, it's recognizably Mini. It's very different from, you know, when they stopped making the cars in I don't know when they stopped making the original Mini, but you know, when BMW brought it back in the early 2000s, it's like the Mini just kind of grew up a bit, you know.
Yeah.
The element
Yeah.
there,
Well,
but
even the muscle cars that Dodge and I mean like the Challenger and the Camaro, like even those are taken like inspired well from the original models.
yeah.
At least the Challenger for me though.
Yeah, I always found the Challenger, I mean, interesting, I suppose, from a design point of view, but to me, it didn't really look right until they did the wide body, you know, Hellcat stuff the last couple of years. It always looked like it didn't quite sit on its feet right, and it didn't, you know, it's just something was off a little bit, but yeah, that's just me
All right.
being a picky car designer.
Ian's back. Next
Hey,
question.
Ian, you missed a long couple rants. Design rant.
One of my phones died. I had to get a different one.
What's worse, being a Miata guy or a Subaru guy?
Subaru guy.
I don't want to talk about Subaru.
I've never met a Miata guys except for Steven. And
Oh, I also own a
I'm
Miata.
the Miata. It might be rough.
Yeah, it's definitely rough.
It might be rough. It's so condescending. Yet, like, you took such a back seat to that. You were like, I don't know, it might suck.
That's
Yeah.
But I wouldn't know.
It's fun, but it's just slow.
I mean, I can understand slow. I drive a 500, but
I
don't know.
I've always wanted to see a Fiat 500 guy just get into a chat room fight with a Miata guy.
At least mine
That's-
sounds cool.
No, because they would argue at first,
Here
and
we
then they
go.
would
It
fall in
begins.
love, and it'd be a cute gay wedding.
You're not wrong.
I love
But
that
a
idea.
Burtoni sounds miles better than a Miata. The reason I got the Miata is because I just wanted something cheap that I could track easily and for very low cost. And yeah,
I considered getting a Miata, but I don't know. I just didn't like the way the car looked enough to look through them and find one for a decent price. And it's like, I know someone with a 500 that likes it, so I'll get one of those.
yeah,
I did look at the 124s, the Fiats.
yeah.
Like, if I was gonna get that Miata platform, it'd be the Fiat.
That crossed my mind because they're already turbocharged and I like messing with things, but I also just got out of like a built 135 and I wanted something that was reliable and not going to have issues.
Yeah, that's another problem with the 124s is that they're just super expensive. You
Yeah.
can't get them
Yeah.
for less than 20K.
Yeah. I was looking like under 20K, like what can I get that's rear wheel drive that I can have fun with and cheap and track and not go broke. So.
Yeah.
Camaro, Mustang,
Or salvage BRZ.
used Corvette.
I've been talking about a salvage BRZ for almost a year now, and
I
half
almost
of my
bought a
friends tell me it's a
BRZ too.
dumb idea. They tell me it's a terrible platform, and the other half
Can't
are
hear
like,
you, Joe.
yo, you should do it, supercharge it, throw a body kit on it, and it would be dope.
Rocket Bunny.
Instead, you bought a
Lower it with like off camber and stuff.
No, I wouldn't do an off camber, but I
the
would
deep
probably
dishes.
do like a Pandem kit on it with like the fattest GT3 wing I could find.
I like the BRZ. I almost bought an 86 the winter before I got the Fiat, and it would have been so worth it. But I wasn't working with motorcycles when I did that.
All right, next question. You have a week-long trip in the Italian Dolomites, and you have one vehicle to pick from to be your vehicle of choice. What do you pick?
Week-long trip to what?
The Italian Dolomites.
I don't know what that is.
Google
Like
it.
Ventura
Most beautiful place
Escort.
on the planet.
basically mountains.
Like the mountains in
Yeah.
Italy that are big and beautiful.
Okay. I've
Giant
seen
mountain
it.
roads.
Monza.
Aventador S Roadster.
Wait, what'd you say?
Aventador S Roadster.
Okay.
Monza SP1 or like a what are they 63 64 250 GTO.
Okay. Wait, that's interesting. Okay. I would probably say a Mira SV.
Oh, you're a little biased, aren't you?
I would say that I would get a workout and I would probably have 3 transmissions die on me during that week. But yeah, a Mira SV.
I don't know. Let's just stick with the 500.
There you go. No, I went to Milan and I rented a 500 and I basically got in a fight with the car rental company because I was like, I rented a 500. I want the 500. Don't give me anything else but a 500 because I wanted that experience.
Yeah.
Were they trying to sell you a
I
Panda?
can't hear you guys. I'm gonna call back.
They try to give me just something big. When Katie and I actually went to Scotland, we wanted something tiny. We wanted like a Volkswagen Polo, and they gave us a Nissan Armada.
That's
Wow.
not the same thing.
Oh,
It was a right-hand drive Nissan Armada, and I'm like, I don't want this car.
sounds like it had to be rough.
It was so big. Terrible.
I wanna
Catherine?
I would do a vintage Fiat 500. You're in Italy, and it would photograph really well. It'd be cute.
Mhm.
Cute.
Cute.
Fiats are doing good.
Yeah. Tonight's episode brought to you by Fiat.
Hey man, you're associated.
Now you sound like you're at work.
Well, Ian, what's your car?
No, he might not be able to hear us.
I think Ian's out.
Rest in peace, Ian.
Brett Drake has to say.
Can anybody
Rest
hear me?
in
Yeah.
peace.
Yeah.
Brett Drake would like to say a Stratus or a Lancia.
Well, Lancia Stratos. I mean,
Well,
the new one.
the new one.
If
Yeah.
you can fit in it,
I could be into that. I could fuck with that.
because the old Lancia Stratos, you can't fit in it. I mean, I wouldn't be able to fit in it.
I wouldn't fit in it.
Wait, how small are they? I feel like I've only seen like one or two in real life my entire life.
You have to be shorter than 5'7" to be able to sit in properly.
I'm basically there.
Head off.
So you're good. Joseph.
Yeah. Joey, you'd probably be fine.
Dope.
We're about the same height. Yeah, you'd be close.
That's true. Brett Drake,
look
you're
at-
definitely not going to fit with your 6'4" or whatever the fuck you are. Sorry, Brett.
Sad times.
What's worse, an automotive hipster or a motorcycle hipster?
When I think automotive hipsters, I think vaping Subaru bros. So, no offense to my friends that have Subarus, but
I say motorcycles because every single one of them has a CB, and I can't do it. It's just so annoying. Every single motorcycle hipster has a CB 700, and they just need to stop.
So Yishin has a CB 650.
and Chris is a CB something too.
Yeah.
I stand by that.
Can anybody hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Okay, I couldn't hear you guys for like 5 minutes.
Oh,
So
sorry. Ian, what's worse, a motorcycle hipster or a car hipster?
man, that's terrible.
Ian is not happy with any of these questions.
I know a lot of
No.
those people though. You know,
Yeah.
Same.
like
I'm
I
thinking
know-
about lead. But I'm,
I feel happy with this question, honestly.
I think they're the same type of person.
really?
Yeah, the
I
same
feel
type
like a
of person
motorcycle
that's like
hipster is more like design focused kind of.
no, they're all crap. I mean, like they're all the same type of person. They just want to make you
Fit in.
feel.
Yeah, I
Like-
might be biased because I know motorcycles better, and I just don't want to hear about it.
It's like, yeah, we can all go on Pinterest and like find a cafe racer photo, or we can all go find a picture of a slammed like E30, call it a day, and just buy one of those and show up to a meet somewhere. But at the end of the day, it's like nobody wants to talk to those guys. I mean, come on.
I feel real attacked right now.
I specifically like referenced you as like an archetype of personality to pick on. So
Thanks, because I have a Scrambler Cafe Racer and I have a slammed Mark Volkswagen.
I mean, the new Cafe Racer designed bikes aren't that bad. The Thruxton, the Scramblers, the Army.
No, yeah.
The new ones are pretty good because
No,
they have
but,
that.
like, I know he's saying like in general, like actual old cafe builds, which are, yeah, but
No, I can't do old bikes. It's just too much. I hear about it every day at work. It sucks.
Yeah.
I'm just teasing you guys. I just can't rock either one of those vehicles. So
I won't.
just jealous,
Ian, you could totally rock like a slammed first gen Taurus show
Yeah.
I've already done that.
in like gold with a tan interior.
Already done that. Shh. Exposing me. I may or may not have had a 73 Suzuki too, so basically ripping on my old self.
I heard the old Ian was a cooler Ian. Is that
Oh,
true?
so much better.
Really? What happened?
This is like the Kirkland brand Ian now.
Ooh.
Kirkland's solid though.
It is
It's
solid.
not
I'm not saying I'm not solid. I'm just saying it's not edgy,
At least you're not Spartan.
It's true.
Wait, what?
Spartan brand, anything's trash.
What's Spartan?
Yeah.
Exactly.
What is this?
Is it
Look at generic
Walmart? Is Spartan Walmart?
Spartan?
Yeah.
What do they
It's
make?
like an up north
think it's
grocery store brand.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like generic Gordon food service.
You're naming all of these things that I don't know.
You don't know what Gordon food service is?
No.
That's rough.
No,
It's
it's
like
not
Kirkland,
rough.
but
That's
for some
great if
other
he doesn't know
store
what that
no
is.
one knows about.
Right. What aisle is that on Trader Joe's?
They don't serve food. or Whole Foods. So
Oh my god.
I've
I rode my Royal to Whole Foods today to pick up a baguette and a pack of salami.
Oh
Wow.
my god.
It was so good.
how's
The
Whole
only time I've ever been
Foods?
to Whole Foods, I was baking cookies with a girl, and we went for macadamia nuts and never got macadamia nuts.
I like how you had to slip that in. It's cute.
I went to Target with a couple of old roommates because one of our friends needed like toothpaste and a toothbrush, so we all went to Target and we left with a trampoline for the house.
I've never had a trampoline.
We had already checked out, and there was like a trampoline in returns, and they were like, "Oh, there's a trampoline," and I was like, "Yeah," and they're like, "Oh, how much is it?" And it was like a couple $100, and it was 3 of us living there, and it was like, "Oh, like you want to split it?" Because it was like under $100 a person. So we said yes, and then we took my roommate's GT 500 there, so we couldn't fit it in the trunk or in the back
I think
seat.
why it's important to have a single car that works for everything.
Or a
So they
trailer hitch.
called an
And
Uber.
one GT3 that you wanted.
So they called an Uber and like put it in the back of an Uber XL.
So they spent $300 on trampoline and $100 on the Uber.
No, I think it was only like a couple miles, so I think it was like $10 on the Uber. But yeah,
Okay.
It's an odd flex.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
weird.
dude.
Weird.
Joey,
What's
your
up?
next house project should be a trampoline.
No.
Yeah.
My next house project is a fire pit.
Yeah, that's next one's trampoline after that.
I think I have to figure out what to do with my
House.
grass that's really just a bunch of weeds.
Joey, we should put a trampoline in your front yard.
No.
Trampoline in the living room.
This is why I have an umbrella insurance policy for people who want to buy a fucking trampoline for my yard.
I'm gonna buy
I
a
had to get this
trampoline.
because I know I have friends who
Do
do
it.
heavily.
I'm gonna buy a
That's why.
trampoline on Craigslist, and I'm gonna put it there in the middle of the night and hang like a sign that says "For Mailman" on the front of it.
And
Just
then
leave
Sweet
it
job.
there.
Children.
someone's gonna jump on it, the spring's gonna break, and Joey's gonna lose a window.
Worth
No.
it.
How to deal
Joey,
with it.
go next question. This is gonna be my last.
All right, so I've got 3 questions. Pick which one. Best paint color for a car. Would you rather see a twin turbo V6 or a V10 Corvette for the next generation? Which concept car was ruined when it went into production? Which one do you guys want to talk about?
Last one.
I mean, most of them were ruined. It's easier to talk about the ones that weren't ruined going into production, but
Which one wasn't ruined?
LC
the
500.
0506 GT didn't change much from the concept car, but that's kind of a cheap answer.
Big
What
fan
else?
of the Kia Soul. You know, we're just gonna get back to the Kia Soul.
Yeah, man. Hamsters.
Right.
They were just like, you know what? Hamsters. And we're all like,
This
yeah.
bad boy can fit so many hamsters in it.
Carrera GT. didn't change
Hamsters. Ah, love a good hamster.
But
A
for
good life-size hamster that drives a car. Yeah, me too. Totally on board with that concept.
Carrera GT didn't change a ton from concept.
This is what I'm talking about. The Mercedes-Benz Bionic.
Oh man,
Love it. Love a good car inspired by fish.
when's that from?
This came out like Geneva like 10 years ago.
Interesting.
Yeah,
That thing is pathetic.
that's it. That's all I got. Boom. Just wanted to show that to you guys.
for me, it's definitely the LC 500. The Lexus V10.
Yeah. What did it look like as a prototype?
It was.
It like basically looks the same.
I know. That's why it didn't go bad.
Oh yeah. Okay. Good. Okay. I forgot that was what the question turned into.
Yeah.
Let's freestyle question. Let's just
I feel
freestyle
like-
one.
Freestyle. What do you want? What's question you want to talk about, Ian?
Something interesting. I don't know, Joey. The ones you brought up were, very jalopnik of you. Let's
Okay.
get-
Well, I apologize. This is my first episode.
I'm gonna roast you on live. It's fine.
No, it's cool.
okay.
It's cool. It's cool. I just think I'm gonna. Oh, my finger slipping. Good to boot. Just kidding.
What?
What question? What do you want to talk about?
I have no original idea.
I
so I'm
have
just
an
gonna-
idea.
Let's talk.
Okay.
What's a car you see on the road that the moment you see it, you're angry?
Oh,
A car that makes you mad to see.
wow.
Pontiac G5. No, the G6. Whatever that crap car is. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
The one that's like
GXPs with like the ugly whale tail on the back.
Not even those. I'm talking about the Walgreens parking lot car. You know, the one where you're just like, why did I have to see that when I
The
walked
person
out?
that graduated high school and thinks that the G6 is still cool.
Maybe like a Grand Am too. Like any Pontiac between like 95 through 2004
not the
drives
Pontiac.
me insane.
What's the cabriolet, the two-door little roadster thing?
Oh, the G6 convertible?
Is that what I'm thinking about?
Oh, that's the actual like that's like patient zero for coronavirus. That's like the worst
not the
thing.
G6 convertible. It's like a Pontiac. Fuck, what is it called?
Oh, the Solstice?
Is it the Solstice?
It was a soft top, right?
Yeah.
Yes, the Pontiac Solstice.
Oh no, man. I'm talking about the shitty dash axle G6 convertible. You know what I'm talking about.
I
The
do.
folding hard top, like
Yeah.
They were folding. I thought you had to take them off manually.
No, they're
oh man, I'm talking this is
There must have
luxury,
been
man.
multiple models of that because I have a friend with one, and he has to lift the hard top off.
The-
If you put your hands up there, he's got it lined with electrical grease so water doesn't get in.
Oh.
I stuck my hand up there. It's like, why is my hand greasy? This is horrible.
That car doesn't make me angry though.
That's
Doesn't make me angry.
his
Why do you-
Amazon orders are like an obscene amount of dielectric grease. Like his neighbors are just like, what's going on?
He's
here?
up there with a toothpaste tube.
This guy can't get any connection.
I'm gonna share one image in the group of a car that's like super common on the roads in India that
Okay, so
really
you have like
pisses me off.
7 minutes. No, you feel like 8 minutes. We're about to crest the 2-hour mark.
Can you guys see this?
We're all going to bed at that 2 hour mark.
I'm dipping like 2 minutes early. Like mid good question, I'm out.
I want to see this car.
Can you guys see it?
no.
You want to see a G6 convertible, or what are you talking about?
You have to hit share.
Hold on one second. Yeah, can you see it now?
No. Oh, wait. Add a stream. There we go.
There we go.
What is this?
Oh yeah.
It's called the Zen Estilo.
Okay.
And it is just
That's hot.
atrocious.
Didn't those turn into like their little electric cars, like the MIEV or whatever they were?
No, they haven't made it into anything yet. But so basically, the Zen started off with as a really good line for Suzuki,
Mhm.
and as the years went on, it started to mutate into this toaster, pretty much. That's what I call it. And people like swear by the Zen.
Yeah.
But the Indian market is really weird because like people don't really use your brains when they buy cars over here. It's more like, oh, I bought a Zen Estilo, it's really good. So then the other guy is like, oh, you bought a Zen Estilo, it must be really good. Let me buy one. And then my friends are like, oh, you bought a Zen Estilo, let me buy one as well. That's how the market works in India. It's really dumb. But this car is like all over the place, and it's used as taxis, and it's used as like small city cars and stuff. But the drivers of it are really annoying
Mhm.
because they're trying to fit into everywhere. And in India, no one really follows the lane rules and stuff.
There's lanes in India.
Yeah. Like how dangerous is
There are
it really to drive in India?
No, it's not that dangerous in the cities, at least. But people don't follow the lane rules, and then this car just feels that it's so top heavy that the minute you go close to it and blow on it, it's just going to tip over.
Yeah, that sounds terrifying.
Yeah, that's a fucking ugly car. I think we can all agree on that. I'm going to say a brodozer.
A brodozer.
A brodozer. If you guys know what I'm talking about, I'll Google one
Yes.
before you do. Anytime I see a brodozer,
You gotta show me.
I just
This is like your generic like Chevy, Ford, Dodge pickup.
well, Dodge doesn't make pickups, but yeah.
Is that like a monster truck kind of thing?
with like awful wheels on it. That's like
Mhm.
totally useless off road. And
This sounds like the trucks that we build.
No. Because those are like you could actually use them. These you couldn't. Like picture like your monster drinking Kyle dude that says no regrets on it.
Regrets.
No regrets tattooed on his chest. Yeah.
Like this. Fuck this. Terrible. Look at that like flimsy ass suspension. Like look, it's got a dually up front. Come on, shut up.
And they've
They
got
definitely put
halogens that are
chestnuts on
pointed too high.
I know that there's loads of these in Colorado.
So many.
That's true.
Like this. This is stupid.
I think the ugliest one I've seen is the
I have
one made
so
out
many
of
pictures
an
of people in
avalanche.
my head.
The
Yeah,
tires are just too small.
What's this guy's favorite restaurant? I'm thinking like Jersey Mike's subs.
No.
Like this guy smacks Jersey
No,
Jersey
it's
Mike's
Hooters
subs.
all the time. It's the only thing he eats. Hooters.
Twin Peaks,
Hooters
like
drive through and he yells through the window at people.
I was gonna say Applebee's,
Me and my dad went to Twin Peaks once, not knowing what it was.
but
Completely shocked.
You're like-
Didn't leave once we got in there though.
you're like to your mom, like this is like his new Colorado, like
Like, oh,
this new place.
literally, we were driving home. I was in college, and me and my dad were coming home from a bike race, and we're like, "Oh, Twin Peaks! It sounds like I don't know, like a good place for lunch." Blah blah blah. Boobies everywhere.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I'm not.
Sounds like a rough afternoon.
It was if you were Lauren, it'd be rough because you feel uncomfortable. But like I was cool.
what?
So the car that really bothers me, I'd say PT Cruiser, but I already talked about that one. The Jeep Grand Cherokees. The
Wow.
people
Really?
that drive them are always so mean.
People who drive them are like 50-year-old women.
And they're
This is
all
like
belligerent.
this is like every Fiat 500 guy I see on the road, like just, like getting bullied by large SUVs. Like,
No, like
just
the
feels
large
so bad.
bomb
in the
SUVs.
flash, and it's just not. It's not okay.
They just
They
can't see
honk.
me below the B pillar. Like it's always getting cut off. Like
Always. They always have those stupid stickers that say like my middle school kid's an honor roll student or something.
they're always graduates of Michigan State. There's
And
always a
whenever
Michigan
it's
State
dad
sticker.
driving the Jeep, they're tailgating people.
They're always late.
Yep. Can't stand it. I hate seeing Jeeps on the road.
That must suck because there's so many of them.
It is.
Especially in
Your
this
commutes must just be just like filled with rage
It's an
towards like
hour of Jeeps and
Jeep
PT
leases.
Cruisers.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Is it like when you see an SRT8 on the road? Is it like the final boss to you? Like you freak out? Does it trigger you?
There's so many of those lately. I've seen 3 in the last week, which I feel like is a good amount.
Because they have so much power, they can just like cut you off. Like you can't get around them.
I've only seen them at Home Depot parking lots.
I got my doors blown off by an SRT8 Cherokee once, and I was like the first gen, and I was really, really surprised. And then he had like a mile-long Hennessy badge on the rear lift gate, and I was like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Dude, there's so many of these Hosses in Metro Detroit that have like these low-key flex mobiles, like these like Callaway Tahoes and like
Yeah.
weird
It's
Hennessy
the
cars.
replacement for the Cadillac Escalades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Escalades are getting phased out for Jeeps.
All these golf dads are like, oh, I don't know, I just want a Corvette horsepower in my Escalade, and they throw a blower on it.
Yeah.
They fly by you in the left lane going like 74 and a 55. It's love it.
I'm into it. There's something a few weeks ago. There was like a Tahoe with like 1,400 horsepower that did the quarter in like 8 seconds, and I was like, I kind of like that. I'm into it.
You're gonna be one of those golf dads.
Oh yeah, I already have the body.
In like 10 years, you're gonna pass me going like 20 over, like with your Bluetooth headset in, just like supercharger whine and all.
I do. I hate the sound of a supercharger though. That's an issue. I hate it.
You can
I hate the whine. I'm all about them whistle pigs.
Oh, it's
Press
terrible,
down on
man.
the gas in second gear and you hear just whee,
Yeah.
and then you let off. It's like, psh. I love it. It's so good. Fiat's good.
All right.
Okay,
We're gonna
guys.
call it.
I think we're calling it
Oh, nice, awesome.
a second before 2 hours. Thank you all
Yeah.
for joining episode 1. That's
Thanks
it.
for having us.
Catherine is going to send everyone their checks for joining.
I'm gonna ruin your outro. Watch this.
He just Irish exits. All right. Bye,
Bye,
guys.
everyone.
All right,
Bye,
bye-bye.
guys.
Thanks for having me. Yep.